Good morning, Koa community. How are you? I am just popping out to meet some of my friends for brunch, which I'm really excited about. And I got here early because I've got a few things to do. So I'm having a lovely cup of tea out here in the sun because it's actually a beautiful day today. It's quite mixed, as you can see, but it's actually lovely. I just wanted to come on because yesterday was just such a beautiful, beautiful, magical day. I started the day by offering the fourth and final session of my Soma integration course, which is part of my Surrender series. Next course will be running in 2025. And the beautiful souls that have taken part in this course have been with me for 4 months. So we meet in person once a month, and there's a WhatsApp group, and there's ongoing communication, and option to have one-to-one work done, and all these kind of things. And it's all about understanding your nervous system, actively working with your soma, with your body, so that you can regulate and you have more awareness, more understanding, more acceptance. And so that you're able to surrender, which means integration. It's about surrender is integration. It's more compassion. It's an understanding that we don't have to be perfect. And an understanding that our nervous system is constantly navigating threats and is trying to regulate. And that is okay. And we're going to have difficult days. We're going to have beautiful days. And that is all part of life, living. It's a constant navigation. And the overarching theme for these courses, or at least certainly a big part of it, is working with trauma, because we know that we've all experienced trauma in different ways. And so I definitely offer more understanding and awareness of how trauma impacts us, how it impacts our brain, our nervous system, the way we see things, the way we feel things, our memory. And again, it's about surrendering to that and having understanding and acceptance, because then we can cultivate actually more compassion, which is really important, is that we're a bit more compassionate towards ourselves. That was just beautiful. And then the beings that were part of that course actually stayed on for the sound journey, which ended up being in the pouring rain. And it was actually just the most beautiful thing, because the fire kept going. It was like this strong, empowered fire that kept us going and anchored us. And at one point, we started off with a meditation to embody summer and the new moon that we just had. And then there was an invitation to just take free movement in that garden, in the beautiful Salisbury garden. And at one point, I opened my eyes and there was one person swinging on the Salisbury swing. There was one person dancing underneath a tree. There was another one shaking. There was someone walking around the garden. And it was just so powerful and so beautiful to feel this deep connection with others, with nature, with our bodies. It was so wonderful. And sorry, I'm by the road, so it might be a bit noisy. And I guess why I'm coming on live is it was another reminder, yet another reminder of why I do this work. I'm so passionate about empowering others to have more awareness of themselves and their nervous system and how they can regulate, take back a bit of control, cultivate more compassion, find healthier connections with others, set healthier boundaries, embody their more authentic self, whatever that looks like. And nobody's perfect. So I think we're not aiming or striving for perfection. We're striving for balance and awareness and understanding and compassion. And I've gone through this live through my own personal trauma. 2 years ago, many of you will know I went through surgery, had complications, and I have past trauma as well, don't get me wrong, but that's something that I tend to keep more for myself, which is also really important. But certainly the most recent one, which I shared very publicly because I wanted to raise awareness and have people be more open and vocal about their experiences and normalize it. So I wanted to share it. I would put myself out there. I got vulnerable. But so I went through that 2 years ago. And that was really the starting point for me, really having to really start to understand, how does my body work? What do I need? How does mindfulness support me? How does somatic practices support me? I started taking deeper dives in training, doing my integrative somatic therapy training and various other trainings with Bessel van der Kolk, Peter Levine, just throwing out a few names there. And initially it was so hard. It was so hard because my nervous system wasn't used to me working in this way. My mind still had very old beliefs. My heart still carried a lot of heaviness. I had a disconnection to my body. I wasn't having any mindful moments. It was so difficult, and I kept falling into these really unhelpful patterns of behavior, thought patterns, beliefs, all of that. And don't get me wrong, it's still a work in progress, but I started doing the work. I started doing the work step by step, gently, softly, not pushing anything, just kind of trying to let it happen organically. And then at some point, one day, I remember, it just clicked. It clicked. I suddenly felt more balanced than I ever had. And I'm now at a point where whatever life throws at me, don't get me wrong, I have good and bad days like everyone else, and add the menopause into the mix and all my other stuff, kind of long COVID symptoms and things. We all have our rucksacks, our baggage, but I know that I can come home to my body. I know that I have the strength within me and the resources in my toolkit to manage whatever comes up. And that doesn't mean it's not sometimes a struggle. I'm human like everyone else, but I have that faith and that trust, and I've rewired my nervous system to have these kind of go-to resources that it uses to help me get through these difficult times, to help me prepare for these challenging meetings at times, difficult things in my day job. And it's such a gift, and I'm just incredibly grateful that I actually went through that difficult experience of trauma, and it started me on this journey, and now I get to share this with others, and it's something I'm just so passionate about. And I have my Surrender series where I've got the Surrender courses. There's 2 courses currently. There's a 3rd one coming next year. I've got my Surrender retreat, which has just been finalized with the Salisbury Centre, and that's in November, which is really exciting. A full day of Nidra, mindfulness, trauma-informed yoga, somatic experiential practices. It's going to be super exciting, and all my profits are going to go to the Salisbury Centre because I just love the work they do and what they offer for the community. And as many of you know, I'm so passionate about making my offerings as accessible and inclusive as I can. So that's going to be part of my Surrender series as well, a retreat day, possibly 2 a year, depending on my capacity. I've also got my Surrender workshop in September and December as well. The September one's all about acceptance. I think the December one's about compassion. I'm not too sure, can't remember. And then next year I'm actually going to be offering monthly Surrender workshops. They're going to be 90 minutes, so we're going to have time to arrive in the space, connect with a theme, have an introduction to the nervous system, and for me to introduce some theories, and also then do experiential practices. And that's evolved because I've had so many of my clients and friends and other people say, I'd love something monthly where I can connect with others, because co-regulation is really important, and connection with others, having those healthy relationships are really important, but also want to be accountable for my practice, and having a monthly workshop would really help with that. So yeah, I'm really trying to consider all of that. And of course, within that mix, I'll be launching my podcast in 2025, where I'll be doing 1 or 2 podcast lives each week, and it'll all be about all about this. So watch this space. So yeah, I just feel my heart is so full today, and I just feel so grateful, and I just wanted to share that. And I really hope that it comes across, because this is where my passion lies, whether it's in my day job in community justice, where I bring in as much as I can about, well, certainly the mindfulness and compassion, because I'm a national trainer there for social workers. But I also try and bring in the somatic stuff, get clients to connect more with their body, really have an understanding of what they need, start to have more awareness. So there we go. That's ended up being a really, really long post. Thank you for those of you that are listening live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you also to everyone that keeps supporting me and following me and inspiring me, and all the people that work with me. I learned so much from you, and I can't even express the gratitude I have for that, and for you trusting me. So yeah, If you haven't been to one of my sessions, if you haven't connected with me, I would love to see you. If you have any questions, get in touch. If you're not on my newsletter mailing list, that's a really good way to have an idea of what's coming up. I send, it's not spammy, so I just send a newsletter once, maybe twice a month, depending if there's like major updates. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Right, sending you huge gratitude, and huge gratitude from me, Corey from Koa, on a very beautiful sunny day here in Edinburgh. Thank you for listening. Take good care, and let's just keep connecting with each other. Let's keep working on ourselves. It is worth it. The work is worth it. Take care.